field of work that I was in was that I was a retouch artist. I did that for about 12 and a half years. One day an announcement was made that the company was going to close, so I thought, I would really like to get back into helping deaf people. Currently I'm teaching American Sign Language, and the people that I teach, they're not deaf, but that's okay, because by doing that, I'm helping this audience understand the deaf world and the deaf community better. Many, many people that can hear are fearful that if their child is born deaf, what's going to happen? They're trying to consider things like cochlear implants to get them to be more like people who can hear. And I'm trying my best to educate people so that these people have a better understanding of deaf people.
When I came in, everybody was telling me he was deaf, and the class was silent, and I was really nervous. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna catch on, but it's actually a little bit easier because you just kind of throw yourself in the language, so you have no choice but to catch on pretty quickly.
On the first day, if the students would have questions, they would write the question down. For example, if they wanted to use the bathroom, I would show them the sign for that, and they would go, oh, there's a sign for that. So that was one of the first things I used to teach them, their question, and that was part of building the bridge between their language and my language. Most schools for deaf prefer that the instructors have a master's degree. So I went back to college at Hunter College in New York to receive my master's degree.
Excuse me, it's not that I'm so knowledgeable about this topic.
One of the requirements to get a job is a state certification for teaching. There are many people that can hear, that can pass the test, because English is their first language. Their sign language skills are really not satisfactory or up to the job, but they're still allowed to teach students that are deaf. Whereas a deaf person who has the language and the ability to communicate with the deaf students doesn't have that opportunity because they cannot pass the written test.